This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. In my vigorous and ongoing quest to demand consequences for Donald Trump and the criminals in his orbit, I talk about January 6th. I talk about the administration and the crimes. I mean, I spent 4 years, this channel built up around the Donald Trump administration. I could tell you I'm sick and tired of talking about Donald Trump. I would love to talk about more substantive issues, more policy-related, really deep dives, wonky, nerdy politics stuff. But he's still on the scene. Trumpism is with us. And so are the lackeys. So are the bootlicking sycophants who did his bidding. And we got a question about, specifically, consequences for a few of them.
Yo, Jesse. My name's Steve.
Steve.
I'll be 78 years old here shortly, so I hope I live to see another round of this presidential stuff. But a couple things you could clarify for me. I thought Steve Bannon got pardoned there towards the end of Trump's reign. Did he not? And to me, that I thought it sort of odd at the time because I didn't remember any stuff he'd done that he needed to be pardoned for. But now, as it turns out, there is. So, did he get pardoned, and can he be held accountable or not? That's one. Two is my comments about Republicans. I don't think the Republicans want a democracy at all, because if there is a true democracy, they'll never hold office again. The majority will rule, and it's not Republicans, so they are doing everything they can to stay in power and turn over that election on January 6th, and to heck with democracy. But those are just my thoughts. Thanks for all you do. Bye.
Thank you, Steve. Happy soon birthday. 78th birthday. Yeah, Steve Bannon did get pardoned. If you remember, soon after Donald Trump took office, there was a private move, like a GoFundMe campaign, to raise money for the wall. Even though there needed to be billions of dollars allocated for this stupid wall. A couple of, like, some veteran, Coast Guard veteran or something, maybe his Air Force, I don't know. And Steve Bannon got involved in raising money for the wall. And they misappropriated funds for it. And Steve Bannon was prosecuted, or I'm not sure if he was prosecuted or he was in the process of being prosecuted for it. And Donald Trump pardoned him for that, but only for that. Pardons normally are not universal for all times and all things. You don't get a perpetual get-out-of-jail-free card from a president where you can just murder and kill willy-nilly and commit crimes all over the place. It's not how it works. Pardons are normally very targeted toward the exact crime and offense that was committed. So yeah, Steve Bannon is absolutely in jeopardy and can be prosecuted for anything else going forward. It's just that particular conviction, or possible future conviction, because I don't remember exactly, was vacated. It is done away with. It is erased because Donald Trump pardoned him. As far as Republicans, I hope that answers your question. Thank you for that. And look, let me also say, there absolutely needs to be consequences for Steve Bannon. We're finding out now from just recent reporting that he had a very specific and integral role in planning and knowing what was going to take place on January 6th. He was holed up in the Willard Hotel, which is across the street from the Treasury Department, just 2 blocks away from the White House, with Rudy Giuliani. They knew what was going on. He said the day before, all hell is going to break loose tomorrow. That's a quote from Steve Bannon. How would he know that? Is he just prognosticating? Is he the most clairvoyant political operator in the history of politics? Or did he have a role? Those questions are going to be answered, hopefully, by the Select Committee in the House. To your second point about Republicans being contemptuous of democracy, I couldn't agree more. I think the evidence has been laid bare that that is the case. They do. Look, they're smart enough to know, they see the writing on the wall. They understand that they are out of step with the majority of this country. They are out of step. If it weren't for the Electoral College, if it was one person, one vote, Republicans wouldn't stand a chance at winning elections in America, because the vast majority of Americans are good and decent folks who care about one another, who care about equality, who want to create an equitable system in our country. Most people do. And Republicans do not. And they know that if not for sinister actions like disenfranchisement of people of color, voter suppression laws all across the country, if it weren't for that, the undermining of democracy itself, Republicans wouldn't stand a chance nationally. Of course, you've got a couple of congressional districts in Idaho, where I'm from originally, that are very likely going to, for the foreseeable future, elect assholes. You've got several many congressional districts throughout the South that are likely going to elect assholes. You're going to have that in Congress. But on a national level, from the perspective of the presidency, they don't stand a chance. And even those districts that I'm talking about, shifting rapidly. These people are fed up. The state of Texas is ready to be a swing state. It could have done it this time. They just didn't get it done. So I'm with you, and it's going to take outrage. It's going to take us buttressing ourselves against apathy and being discouraged, which is an amazing little segue that I just pulled out of my ass. Because this next caller does seem discouraged. And let's take his call.
Yeah, Mr. D. Yeah, I just watched your Trump's many crimes and possible charges. The wealthy don't have any consequences in America. We're owned by corporations. Besides, the left is just going to say that the rationalization, not reality, but what they'll say is that would make a martyr out of him. But the wealthy they're not held to account. But you already know that. Take care, love what you're doing. Bye now.
So listen, there are times where I mimic your energy there. It is a bummer that there are not enough times people face consequences that they deserve. But if we all took that attitude and believed that way, that cynicism would be infectious and there wouldn't be ever any consequence. We need to rally around one another and lift each other up to fight for justice, for consequence, for adherence to the aspirational values that have been enshrined in our founding documents. One of the reasons I do what I do is to message to all of you to get involved, to get pissed off, to get fired up, and to get involved. If we all have that attitude, and look, I get it. I'm not shitting on you because you sound sad or you're over it. I get it. There are times where I got to take a break from all of this. I need a vacation a lot. I need way more vacations than I take, since I don't take vacations and haven't in the pandemic. I mean, come on. But it is on us. If we want a better world, we have to make it. We have to create that better world. And if we're just going to lay down and let the other side win and just resign to the fact that the wealthy never face consequences, then they never will face consequences. It's just as simple as that. So I would encourage you to maybe I'm just misrepresenting this one moment in time when you called in and you sound bummed out. But I would encourage you to find it within yourself to to infuse yourself with righteous anger and indignation enough to motivate you to get very involved. Anyway, thank you for the call. I appreciate it so much. If you too would like to sound off, you can call me, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Follow me on social media. I don't know why I'm pointing like this so much. At Dollemore, just about everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm doing YouTube Shorts. This is what I do when I talk about YouTube Shorts, because you're flipping through them. People seem to like it. It's okay. And if you think I'm okay, look at these segues. I'm just transitioning left and right. And I don't even remember what it was now. But if you think I'm okay and you'd like to support my work, you can do so a couple of different ways. One, multiple ways. You can buy some merch. Go to dollemore.info. I haven't talked about merch in a long time. Still selling those treason shirts. People love those treason hoodies and those treason shirts with the 45 in the middle. You can also click the join button below this video. For fewer than $2 a month, you can become a channel member and help support my work. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast and support my work that way. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate your questions. We're all in this together. I never forget that a single day of my life. We are all in this together to build the world we want to live in. You guys are great. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.